E aí pessoal, ó, tá aqui. Vamos lá ver o outro.
Doctor,
What is it?
you haven't taken my blood pressure.
Seems fine to me.
You're not doing it right.
Of course I am.
No, you're not. Dr. Monroe never did it like that.
I can't take a satisfactory reading while you're excited like this. I'll come back later.
Oh, Doctor,
What now?
you didn't finish taking my blood pressure.
Okay, let's try again.
You don't have the first idea what you're doing, do you?
I'll come back when you've recovered your manners. Hello? Anybody home?
Who are you?
My name is Dr. Stobart, and I'm here to steer you down the rocky road to recovery.
Dr. Monroe said there was no cure for what I've got.
Your problem is you stayed in bed too long.
Are you sure you're a qualified doctor?
You better believe it. What can you tell me about Marquet?
He's the man in the private room, isn't he? That room was mine before I was tossed out like a common squatter.
Do you know what's wrong with Marquet?
They won't even tell me, Doc.
Uh,
But I've been...
what's your impression?
She's a very...
Efficient.
I know.
I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. The woman in reception described Nurse Grant.
Well, that's simple. She's quite strict. You've got to have discipline.
I thought about giving him an electric shock, but I just couldn't do. See you later.
Não gosto, ele me deixa em paz. Quero passar quando que ele vai me chamar de novo. Não disse.
You haven't finished taking my blood pressure.
Will you keep quiet? You're disturbing the other patients.
I'll keep quiet when you've taken my blood pressure properly.
I have to see Jacques Marquet first.
How come he gets preferential treatment? It's because he's got money, isn't it?
It's not like that. I'll come back when you've dealt with that chip on your shoulder. Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my... See you later. Pardon me, nurse.
Oui, monsieur.
Thank you, nurse.
Au revoir, monsieur.
You haven't finished taking...
Caramba, de novo esse velho WhatsApp.
Will you keep quiet? Hi. Does this gem mean...
No, Doc. Is this some kind...
If it was... Have you heard of a guy called Merlin?
No, Doctor.
Do you know what this is?
It looks like plaster.
How did you know that?
I'm a plasterer.
Have you any idea what...
No, Doctor.
I thought about, but I'm going to take your...
Why?
I'm a doctor. Have you ever heard of...
I'm not... The game of...
Do you recognize the man in this?
No, Doctor.
A cold...
Really? Of course. And he doesn't come. His hair. Otherwise,
Remarkable. Do you recognize this red nose?
doesn't that belong to Boissy?
No.
He's a clown, you know. You wouldn't think so to look at him now.
See you later.
Tem que ver com. Vou ter que ver.
A few moments later.
Beleza, tem que guardar lá na recepção e falar pro médico pra acompanhar ele. O engraçado é que todo mundo viu ele entrar.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Pleased to meet you, sir.
Call me George if you like.
Are you sure?
Yeah, that's my name.
My name's Benoit, but everyone calls me Bunny.
Bunny?
That's right. I used to have this cute habit when I was a kid.
Keep it to yourself, Benoit. Do you know the nurse?
No, monsieur. I can't. I was talking about... I didn't mean to get my hands dirty with...
Do you know anything about...
No, sir, I don't know much about any...
I've never met a doctor who admits that he...
I'm only a trainee, sir. I'm sure
What do you know about this piece of equipment?
it's a device for measuring blood pressure.
See you later.
Right.
Hi, my name's George Stobart.
Aha! Just the man. You must be the new boy.
Yeah, I must be.
Well, stop wandering about and make yourself useful. Bunny, come here, boy. This is Benoit, my nephew. Can I trust you to look after him?
Do your own babysitting, Gramps. Who do you think you are, anyhow?
I am Felix Hagenmeyer.
And may I say what an honor it is to meet you in person, sir. You are on my medical wall of fame. Right up there with Pasteur and Leary. I look on it as a privilege, no, an honor, to look after your nephew, sir.
He is fresh out of medical school. It will open his eyes to see a real doctor on the job.
I'll bet.
Show him around. Let him see some real suffering.
Ok.
Look what Nurse Grendel gave me, sir.
Ah, yes, very good. It reassures the public to see the medical
So long, Hagenmeyer.
Could you take a look at the client in bed number 3 now? His name is Eric Sopmarsh.
What's his problem?
He's delirious. He just now came out of theater. He's recovering from major surgery.
I'll have him up and about before you can say, Lazarus, get out of your bed and walk. Hi, it's me again. I'm going to take your blood pressure.
Why?
I'm a doctor. It's my job. Have you any idea?
No, Doc.
See you later. Hey, Benoit.
There's no need to shout. What do you want?
Here, take this pressure gauge.
Thank you, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Well, keep it safe until I think of something. Are you ready with that pressure gauge?
Primed and ready to pump, sir. What do you want me to do with it?
Use it on Eric Sopmarsh.
Okay.
I'm Dr. Stobart.
Bonjour, doctor.
Have you heard of a guy called Mark?
He's in quarantine, doc. Right
Marquet is just...
I wouldn't go in there if... He has anthrax.
Que zorro é isso?
Have you seen any suspicious characters on the ward?
Yeah, I have.
A gorilla and a weasel?
No, this was a tatty old bear.
How's the bear acting suspicious?
Well, he was where...
Is that against the law?
No, but it's pretty...
Don't you think...
Well, obviously, I'm not complete. But who would go to the bother of this... It's not as if... I checked. They told me... I get...
I have to visit...
What for?
Routine. I have to check his...
What if he's...
I'll sign the certificate and register his bed as vacant.
That's a cold and distant attitude.
Well, I've been institutionalized to the point of...
The white coat suits you.
Thanks. Catch you later, officer.
Au revoir. If you see that bear, kick.
Caramba.
Rather you than me, pal.
Ah, beleza, deixa eu entrar de boca. É. Caramba, o cara tá mal mesmo, hein?
Marquet?
Yes, I am Marquet. I've been expecting you.
You have?
Well, what are you waiting for? Get it over with.
I just want to know what I should do with the gem.
The Lahmar gem.
Yeah, right here in my pocket.
I thought you were one of the assassin.
Not me. I never inhaled.
So, you were sent in my place?
Yeah. You could hardly make the trip to Ireland in your condition. What should I do with the gem?
Deliver it to the Grandmaster quickly. Tell him that I have found the tripod right here in Paris.
What, you have it?
Not yet, but it's being taken care of. I hired a couple of stooges with a flair for petty crime.
Would that be Flap and Guido by any chance?
You know them?
We've met. What about the Hashashin?
Is more likely to have followed Klausner. He'll stop at nothing to prevent the reforging of the sword.
And that's bad, is it?
As for Klausner, he is gone off to Syria on a wild goose chase.
They have geese in Syria?
He has a theory about the location of the...
That's enough excitement for one day, Monsieur Marquet. What are you doing here?
Talking to this patient, of course.
Monsieur Marquet is my patient. If Herr Hagenmeyer was to hear that...
Okay, I'm going. I'd learned all I could from Marquet anyhow.
Hora de dar o fora daqui, você tá ligado, meu irmão?
Ah, there you are, sir. I was just coming to look for you. I finished with your pressure gauge.
Thanks, Bunny.
What's that noise? It sounds as if someone's having a cardiac arrest.
It's all right. The doctor's in there with him.
Are you sure he was a doctor?
Oui, monsieur. He showed me his ID. It was Dr. Braille.
There's no Dr. Braille working here.
He's an imposter! The door's locked. Help me, officer.
Stand back, monsieur.
Eita, que exagero, velho. Caramba, que apito brabo, velho. Caramba.
I found Jacques Marquet.
Did he talk?
Yeah, he talked. For the very last time.
He's dead.
Yeah, killed in cold blood by a bogus doctor.
That's despicable. What kind of guy would pass himself off as a doctor and take advantage of a dying man? Was it Khan?
No, I don't know who he was, but it certainly wasn't Khan. He got away, out the window.
Nossa.
Have you ever heard of the Hashiashin?
No.
Marquet said that they were his biggest enemy.
His biggest enemy was the bogus doctor.
Don't remind me. That guy was evil. He had wild, staring eyes like a dead fish. I'll never trust a doctor again. Do you think the assassin was responsible for killing Marquet?
I don't think so. He could have finished him off the first time. Besides, Marquet would have recognized him.
He was pumped to the gills with sedatives. He wouldn't have recognized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse unless they'd introduced themselves. Can you think of any use for this?
That's a thing for measuring blood pressure, isn't it? What are you doing with that?
I picked it up in the hospital. It could be useful.
You ought to take it back. Don't you feel guilty?
No. I guess I'd better go back and talk to that weirdo.
Which one, Rosso or Sergeant Mou? Oh, but you're referring to Andre.
I'll let you work it out.
André. Se eu me lembro bem, os caras saltam. Eu acho que ele fica dentro da coisa da múmia, impede, eu acho, o assalto. O assalto acontece agora, eu não sei. Mas ele vê os caras tentando roubar o tripé. O tripex.
You have left it very late, monsieur.
Late for what?
Anything? I am closing the museum soon. You wouldn't like to get locked in. I can tell you. Not in this gallery.
Why not?
It is haunted, monsieur.
You don't believe in ghosts, surely.
Oh, yes, I do. 7 years ago, a lad managed to hide in here. He made a bet with his friends, I suppose. When I found him in the morning, he was cold as ice and stiff as a board.
Well, what was the cause of death?
They said it was a brain tumor. But on his face was a look of stark, desperate terror such as I have never seen before.
Oh,
scary.
Que louquinho, meu.
Does this apparatus mean anything to you?
No.
Thanks for your help.
Vou falar com ele, vou abrir o negócio e entrar na tumba.
Hi, Andre.
Hello, Georgie.
Have you ever heard of the Hashashin?
Why, yes, it was a radical Muslim sect whose name became synonymous with murder. It was formed in 11th century Persia, shortly before the Crusades.
At roughly the same time as the Templars.
Yes, they gave a new word to our language, Assassini, the assassins.
How did the assassins get their name?
From the legend surrounding the secrets of their initiation rites. A young man who sought to join the sect was given hashish until he drifted into dreams. He awoke to find himself in a fabulous garden with everything he could wish for. The freshest water, the most delicious food, the choicest hash, and the most delectable women imaginable.
Cool. Do you have the address?
I haven't finished the story. There was a price to pay for this taste of paradise.
Wouldn't you just know it?
The young man would wake the next day to find himself back in the real world. He was told that he'd been given a glimpse of the heaven reserved for holy martyrs. A heaven he would enjoy for eternity if he was willing to join the Hashashin.
How did the assassins operate?
Well, as I explained, the new recruits would be only too willing to die for the cause. They'd be instructed in the use of the dagger, poisons, and disguise. Then, the Grand Master of the sect would name an enemy of Allah.
And they'd stop at nothing to eliminate that enemy.
You got it. They were fearless and deadly.
Does the cult of the assassins still exist?
Take a look around at the world today. You tell me.
I think you ought to know that the tripod is going to be stolen.
The Lochman tripod? No.
It's true. I can give you a description of the thieves.
Before the supposed event has taken place?
I heard them planning the raid.
They're wasting their time. The tripod is protected by a state-of-the-art alarm system.
Well, don't say I didn't warn you. Why don't you loan the tripod to me for safekeeping?
Because I'd never see it again.
Well, don't you trust me?
It's not a question of trust, George. That tripod is hundreds of years old and extremely fragile.
I get your point. Did I show you this gem?
Yes, you did.
Do you have any use for this, Andre?
Sure.
Thanks for your help, Andre.
You're welcome.
Beleza, vamos fazer o paranoia aqui, abrir essa zorra.
Attention!
Don't you think it's kind of stuffy in here?
Better.
What's the problem?
Not just that, monsieur.
So what's the...
They cook the diamond since they open. That is what...
falando as coisinhas, então, nós vamos terminar o vídeo aqui por aqui, né? Salvar. No próximo vídeo a gente se vê. Falou!